Digital Health and Wellness, Learning Unit 8. Defining digital health and wellness is our first learning objective, and we can describe the general term and its meaning. We're going to be looking at the physical and psychological components, its issues, and how to prevent them. We'll also be discussing the different kinds of physical issues, the characteristics and how to prevent those, and the general adoption issue in relation to education and training. Let's get started. So the introduction to our module manual looks at how we've grown up in the information age where we spend so much time on technology that we're not thinking about our physical and mental well-being. There's also been an increase in how much we use technology related to internet addiction. And then I've put here as an example of a very old study where most young people between the ages of 15 and 24 will spend an average of 4 hours a day on their cell phone. But nowadays, I think we can agree that it's much more than that. So this particular part of our work does look at our problems in societal health and behavioral and our psychological sort of well-being on technology and the internet. So we're going to look at how the internet impacts our well-being, whether that be physical or psychological. And where we're going to start off with is the definition by Ribble, 2011. So Ribble looks at the physical and psychological well-being in the digital technology world, which is quite basic in that sense. So in this part of the work, we are going to be looking at mostly just the physical and psychological well-being and how technology impacts that. Let's start off with the physical issues. And this begins with ergonomics. Now, ergonomics, they say, is the science of designing environments and products to match the individuals who use them. So you, as an employee, are supposed to get ergonomic furniture, which is chairs, desks, and keyboards and screens, which will be designed for your physique, such as a chair designed for you, usually with adjustment settings for height control and general support. There'll also be a desk that will be not too wide and not too small, and the keyboards should be raised and not sort of put down far down on the desk so that you don't have to hunch over. So the lady on the right in figure 4 is an example of this. See how the chair is sort of supporting her back and that she can put an entire back to the chair. Her body is not too far and not too close to the keyboard, and that she can sort of access the keyboard at a very reasonable angle. So there's no strain on the body. So ergonomics would be part of that, is to prevent those sort of physical issues with ergonomic furniture. And you can actually go and Google and look at ergonomic furniture sites, and then maybe a student can browse around and see what it costs to get a chair designed for you for studying and working on assessments. The next one to understand why ergonomics is so important is because of repetitive strain injury syndrome, or otherwise known as RSI. It's when you're going to put, once again, continuous or repetitive strain on a particular muscle group in any part of the body, and then pain is going to occur. So just like, let's just talk about normal back pain, normal lower back pain, and sort of those sort of things. But they have put the most common types of RSI are carpal tunnel syndrome. So just to talk about that one just very quickly, it's the strain in the wrist mostly, and also in the joints of the fingers. Now this can occur from writing, but also typing continuously on your phone as well, or on the keyboard. And what's going to happen is your hands going to start to become very stiff and painful when you have to do those movements again. Therefore, you need to take some breaks, or just get better sort of mobility in the hand, start to massage the hand and sort of get more strength in that muscle group of the hand to wrist. And then I just want to point out that last one, BlackBerry thumb. Now, if ever you have owned a BlackBerry, you would know to hold it in the hand and then use your thumb to type with just one hand. And what's going to happen is the thumb to the actual hand is going to start to become very strained. And by typing all the time and moving the thumb continuously, you're going to get sort of a click in that joint, and it's become very painful over time. And I don't know if you've ever had a BlackBerry, but that's sort of the movement we're talking about in terms of RSI. Now, there are some things you can do to prevent this, mostly ergonomic things. Look at your posture right now. Are you hunched over the desk? That's very bad sort of things to happen to you, and that's going to impact on your physical issues in terms of technology. So if you are slouching right now, try to move maybe your back to the chair. Slow down the use of your mouse if you have a mouse, or how you're typing. Just take some time so you're not overstraining your hand. Look at your keyboard, they say, and adjust the repeat rate to avoid mistakes. Use sticky keys, but mostly just using shortcuts so you're not always typing and typing. And taking breaks because of eye strain and also your back as well. Talking about eye strain, this is one of the things can happen, especially to you guys as students. Are you always looking at the sort of the computer, then it starts to get very blurry, or your eyes start to hurt, or you get a headache? Maybe you're spending way too much time on the computer or even on your cell phone. It's time to put that cell phone down and just take a break and for about an hour and then come back to it. Because what's going to happen is these sort of things are going to occur from spending too much time on technology, and eye strain is very much one of them. How you can prevent eye strain is to cut the glare on your phone. Some phones do this automatically where there's sort of a daylight and a night light. You can also rearrange how you're holding the phone and the computer monitor. Let's say about 50 centimeters away from the face. Give your eyes just a break, or tweak the computer settings in terms of the brightness for your eyes as well. If you want to know if you have digital eye strain or eye fatigue, is this happening to you? Do you have dry eyes? Do you have red, irritated eyes? Is there any sort of blurry vision that is occurring? Do you have headaches or neck pain? These are the things to look at when it comes to our eye strain. And if that is happening to you, then you do need to take a break and, just tell someone, hey, I'm having a physical issue right now due to technology. I'm on a break. No more technology. Something they have pointed out here is McDonald's has been in the spotlight of contributing towards obesity, and that fast foods can play a factor here because of all the time we are spending at the desk, and we might just be consuming so much that we're not getting up to go and exercise. So they're just saying that we need to make sure that we're eating healthy and maintaining a regular exercise sort of regimen there. Okay, those are all the physical issues. We're going to now be discussing the psychological issues in the next clip. I'll see you then.